a transistor and as well as the types of a transistor and symbol of a transistor and working of a PNP and NPN transistor and what are the configurations of a transistor means to connect in the circuit. Now, by taking the common emitter transistor characteristics means here we need 4 terminals for the connection in the circuit, 2 input and 2 for the output. So, to connect that one terminal is biased means that is common in input and output. So, that here we are taking the common emitter, then we need to activate the transistor. To activate the transistor by connecting in the circuit, then we are taking here NPN transistor is taken. So, that here the NPN transistor, that base emitter junction can be forward biased and here the collector emitter junction can be reverse biased. Then only we can activate the transistor. This transistor is a common emitter transistor, In the transistor, to activate that base emitter junction, the base emitter junction is forwardly biased. To measure the base current, the milliammeter is there, and to know the potential difference between the base and emitter transistor, base emitter junction, the voltmeter VBE is connected. This is a input circuit. So, here and the collector emitter junction is reversely biased. When it is reversely biased, to know the collector current, the milliammeter is connected. This is a milliammeter is connected. To know the potential difference between collector and emitter junction is a VCE is connected, voltmeter VCE connected. Then from this changing the values of the input, then the output values also varies. So, that here we are taking the values whenever it is forwardly biased by the forwardly biased with the VBE. VBE means the voltmeter. According to this, according from the VBE, that is base emitter junction is forwardly biased and this one is reversely biased. This one is reversely biased. Collector connected to the positive polarity, positive terminal, and negative terminal connected to the emitter. Then only we can get that this one is the reversely biased and this one is forwardly biased. Clear? So, here the input characteristics, to study the input characteristics and output characteristics, what is the functioning is happen whenever the values are changing. Means when the input characteristics means by changing the potential at the input, we will notify the values. By changing these values of base current, by changing the voltage between the base emitter junction, we will notify the base current values, keeping the output potential, that is a VCE, keeping it constant for different values. VP connecting in different values. We plot a diagram, we plot a graph between the base current and potential between the base emitter junction. Then we will form the curves will be formed. The curves is called input characteristics. Let us see how it will be changes. We are drawing a plotting a graph between the base and this is a base current and this is potential across the base and emitter in volts and current in microamperes. By keeping VCE means output voltage, output potential, that output potential keeping VCE at a constant, by changing the values of input potential, that is VBE, changing the values means up to 0 volts, 0.5 volts, 1 volt, 10 volts, the like that. Means VBE is equal to 0 volts, 5 volts, 10 volts, like that by changing the values of VBE, and whenever the VCE is at a constant, either 0 volt or 5 volt, like that by changing the values. Then we will note that by changing the input voltage, the values are IB current, IB values are noted. Means here, let's see, this is the 0, and by taking the values, this is the values we are measuring that. Here, by changing the values, VBE changing from this some of the 5 volts or 10 volts, by changing the values, then keeping the constant at 0 volts. Then IB current values can be noted, means VCE at 0 volts, VCE at 0 volts, the VBE values whenever the changes in from that, the current values like this will be changes, means by increasing the IB current to base current values can be noted. And also, and another thing is the next one, changing the values of VCE, means VCE another by noted of the values whenever the keeping the common potential at output VCE keeping it constant at 0 volts, by changing the values of VBE, the base current values can be noted. And after that, by changing another value for the keeping it constant at 5 volts or 10 volts, 5 volts or 10 volts, then again the process is repeated by changing the IBE values, means the VBE values, means the potential across base emitter junction, by changing the values again we can be noted, that is also we can get that VCE at 5 volts or 10 volts we can take that. Means here the base emitter junction values are changes, then the base current values can be noted, so that the input characteristics can be done. These curves will be formed, like these curves will be formed. The curves is called input characteristics. Input characteristics like this. Once again, keeping the collector emitter potential, means the potential at collector and emitter junction, keeping that constant at certain value. By changing the input potential, the base current values can be noted. And then after noting the at keeping that certain value of the collector base potential, collector emitter potential, then another value is fixed. Another value is fixed for the VCE value. VCE value means potential at a common emitter junction value. For certain another value we fixed that, and again that process can be done, so that the values can, whenever values can be noted, the two curves by the values, when the curves will be formed, so that the curves is called as input characteristics of a transistor. Input characteristics of a transistor. By connecting this, the small amount of base current will be connected. The small amount of base current will be formed in the circuit, flows in the circuit. Now, then by changing these values, then the output characteristics, means how the output characteristics will be changes, varies with the values of input characteristics. Let's see. Same as here, we are going to know that output characteristics. How that output characteristics will be taken, means here in input characteristics we fixed the value for VCE, and we changed the potential VBE, and we got the values for the IB, means base current values are noted. Then we got the curves. This curves is called as input characteristics. Now here the keeping the base current, means by keeping IB, means base current fixed. Base current fixed means 0 microamperes and 110 microamperes and 20 microamperes, like that. Means for certain several values in input characteristics we fixed the value for output potential. Now to know the output characteristics, we are fixed the values for, to know this, to get the values for the output characteristics value, we are fixing this base current. By keeping that base current is fixed, either IB is equal to 0 ampere, 0 microamperes, either 10 microamperes. Then that VCE values, VCE changes. VCE values are changing, means in the circuit that VCE values are changing, and the collector current can be noted like this. Here we are drawing a plotted diagram, that is this is collector current in milliamperes, collector current in milliamperes, and we are plotting a diagram, we are changing the values for collector emitter junction, that is a VCE. So that when that is 0 time from the origin, whenever IB is fixed for that value, by changing the values there is no collector current flows in the circuit for base current at keeping that constant 0. There is no current, there is no flow current, collector current flowing through the circuit. That means this region, this collector current region, means either the values are changing, goes on changing like this, means either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here, this region, when the collector current is 0 in the circuit, the collector current is 0. That region is called as a cutoff region. That region is called as a cutoff region. That region is called as a cutoff region. Goes on changing the values of IB current up to 10 milliamperes, 10 microamperes, and 20 microamperes, like that, by changing the values up to several times. Then we can get that values for, means either IB is equal to 10 microamperes, 20 microamperes, 30 microamperes, 40 microamperes, 50 microamperes, means IB current is fixed for certain value and changing the VC potential. Then the IC current, means the collector current can be noted for certain values. For certain values, this total region, for certain, after certain values, that is collector current is independent of base current. Further certain values, the collector current is independent of its base current. Either if the base current changes, there is no changes of in collector current, then means the collector current will be independent of this current, independent of this base current. So that this total region can be considered as a saturation region. Saturation current also. Saturation current means at that current, that the collector current is independent of the base current. The current is called as a saturation current. That region is called as where the collector current is independent of the base current, is called as a saturated region or saturated current. So that here the values which can be taken further, then the region, the collector current becomes almost independent in this region, that is called as a saturated region, right? So up to some of the values, this is the saturated region. Here one function is standing, here IB is fixed for 0 value, then we changes the values for collector potential values for VCE up to some of the values we have changing, potential values are changing in volts. Then the collector current is not changing, for certain values keeping it constant. And again the collector current value, the base current is changes for 10 microamperes. Again we changing the VC values, means the potential, output potential is changing. Then the collector current is also responding for that and changes with value when the fixed of the value in input characteristics IB current is at some of the fixed value. We are getting the current, collector current for certain range, and after that then we are goes on increasing the base current for the fixed value, and we are changing the values for input value, output potential, that is VCE. And as well as here we got for that certain range, certain region we then went for, that is collector current is almost becomes independent of the base current. That region is called as a saturated region, or that current is called saturated current. Here where there is no any changes of current if in case of the base current is fixed value. and there is no any changes of collector current by changing the potential of output potential VCE. Then here in this cutoff region, the two circuits, input and output circuits, are reversely biased. The two circuits, input and output circuits, are reversely biased. So that is the cutoff region. In this cutoff region, the input and output circuits are, both circuits are reversely biased. In the saturated current, the input and output circuits are forwardly biased. So that the current does not depend, that means the collector current is independent of the base current when the two circuits are forwardly biased. And whenever the remaining region which is having that this depends on the total region depends on the total region depends on the base current. Whenever the base current is fixed value, by changing the output potential, then the collector current is flowing through the circuit. Then the total region is called as a active region. Active region. So this is how we got the curves. This curves is called as output characteristics. Means by changing the VCE values, IC values, IC current means collector current can be noted. For fixed value, fixing the values, fixing the IB values of different. Means here VC values are changes for up to 0, 5, 10, 20 volts like that. By changing that, the collector current can be notified, means the output current can be notified. Once again, here where the collector current in that region, the collector current is almost independent of the base current when it will be happen when the input and output circuits are forwardly biased, is called as a saturated region. Saturation current, that current flows through the circuit is the saturation current or saturation region. That region is called a saturation region. Where the collector current, there is no collector current, is almost zero in the circuit, that is called as when the changes of the potential also, the collector current is zero in the circuit, is a cutoff region. When that will happen in when the input and out, that is called as when the input and output circuits are reverse biased. And the remaining journey, wherever the base current, collector current and output potential depends on that, by changing the output potential, the current will flow through the circuit by the changing for the fixed values of IB current. Then that region, total region, is called as a active region. In that case, the values can be in output characteristics. We got the three regions for the conduction, means whenever the current flowing through the collector current is almost zero in the cutoff region when the base current is zero. For the fixed value, base current is zero. By changing the output potential is also, then there is no current flows through the collector current flows through the circuit. So that is called as a cutoff region. And as well as at the sum of the stage, at the sum of the values, then collector current will be independent, almost is independent of the base current. When it will happen when the input and output circuits are forward biased, that region is called as a saturated region. Means whenever the current is flowing, some of the characteristics, whenever the values are changing goes on, then at some stage there is no change in collector current. After that, if the base current is changes, the collector current will be independent of that region. Means at that stage, the saturated region, that region is called as a saturated region, which is collector current is independent of the base current is almost. That region is called, this will happen whenever the both circuits, means both junctions, that emitter junction and the collector junction, means the input junction and output junction, both junctions are forwardly biased. Then that region is called as a saturated region. And the next one is when the collector current is almost zero. when the collector current is almost zero, this happens when the input and output junctions are reversely biased. That region is called as a cutoff region. And as well as means whenever this region means there is no current flows through the circuit, this region is called as a cutoff region, and this region is called as a saturated region. And the remaining region, which is the input region, input junction is forwardly biased and output junction is reversely biased by the collector current changes. By the collector current changes rapidly, means by the changing in the base current. Even though the small change in the base current, the large amount of output current means collector current changes in the circuit. So that here the many times the collector current is greater than the base current. So that's why here by changing the small change in the base current also large change in collector current will be happen. This happens when the input junction is forwardly biased and output junction is reversely biased. Means the emitter junction is forwardly biased and the collector junction is reversely biased. Then so that region is called as active region. That region is called as active region. In that region, whenever the transistor is works as an amplifier, means whenever we use the transistor whenever the transistor is operated in active region, the transistor is as a amplifier whenever uses, so that the input characteristics and output characteristics, by taking these values we can get the parameters of transistors. Means by connecting the transistor we can get the values, but by changing the input values the large amount of current flows through the output value, we can get that. So to know the resistance, however the input resistance is there and at the same time output resistance, and as well as how the current, AC current gaining and DC current, those are the parameters which is can get from the input and output characteristics. Those are the parameters of transistor. First of all, input dynamic resistance. Input dynamic resistance means whenever by keeping the collector emitter junction, keeping it constant, the ratio of emitter base junction, the emitter base junction means here the potential, means the emitter base junction means the potential difference between the emitter base junction to the base current, change in base current, change in the emitter base junction potential difference to the change in base current, keeping the current emitter potential at a constant, keeping the collector emitter junction potential is at a constant, then that is called input dynamic resistance. It can be denoted with R suffix I, then Ri is equal to delta VBE by delta IB. Here delta VBE the change in potential across a base emitter junction, and delta IB means the change in base current when by keeping the collector emitter potential constant, collector emitter junction potential constant, then we can get the ratio of, once again the input dynamic resistance definition is the ratio of the change in potential of base emitter junction to the change in base current, keeping the collector emitter potential at a constant, collector potential junction at a constant. Then this is about input dynamic resistance, one of the parameter of transistor, and another one is output dynamic resistance. This is also same, but here the keeping the base current at a constant, the change in potential across the collector emitter junction, the ratio of the change in potential across the collector emitter junction to the change in collector current is called output dynamic resistance by keeping the base current at constant. Simply the ratio of change in potential across a collector emitter junction to the change in collector current by keeping the base current at a constant is called output dynamic resistance, and next one, the current amplification factor. Also we can get the AC current gain, whenever the two circuits are working, then by the input and output characteristics we can get that the change in output current by the change in input current. That means to say the change in collector current, the ratio of the change in collector current to the change in base current by keeping the collector and emitter potential at constant. The voltage at a collector emitter junction keeping it constant, the change in collector current, the ratio of change in collector current to the change in base current is called a current amplification factor or a AC current gain. AC current gain, that is denoted with a beta suffix AC. Then because of AC current is gain, so current gain can be denoted as a beta. So that the change in collector current, the ratio of change in collector current to the change in base current by keeping the potential at collector emitter junction keeping it constant, that is a current amplification factor or AC current gain, that is denoted with a beta AC. Again, the next parameter is a base current amplification factor. Base current amplification factor, also this can be called as a DC current gain. DC current gain, DC means direct current gain, that is denoted with a beta DC. Current gain, always know that beta is the beta DC means the ratio of collector current to the base current is called a base current amplification factor or DC current gain, that is beta DC is equal to IC by IB. This is about a base current amplification factor and the common emitter transistor characteristics, input and output characteristics. What are the regions it can be formed whenever the regions means the saturated region, cutoff region, active region. Whenever the transistor is applied means operated in active region, that acts as the amplifier, and whenever that is will be happen in a cutoff and saturated region, it will act as a switch and oscillator also. So that here it is that this is about common emitter transistor characteristics. Next we are going to discuss about what is the transistor devices by the transistors as a devices like amp switch, amplifier and oscillator, like that.